The theme of Domestic Violence Awareness Month this year is everyone knows someone, because everyone does.
1 in 4 women will be a victim of domestic violence in their lifetime, and sometimes that violence turns deadly.
When there's a gun in the home in a domestic violence situation, there's a 500% increase in the risk of these homicides happening.
Last month in Marble Falls, William Allen Rutland fatally shot his ex-girlfriend Teresa McDowell and her brother John. He's now charged with capital murder. 4 days later in Elgin, police say retired DPS trooper Paul Morales murdered his wife Kristen and Randy Mitchell, who lived with them, before being shot and killed by a deputy.
It's often described as, someone snapped, but domestic violence is not someone snapping, and the homicide that happens in a domestic violence situation is not a snap. It's a very controlled situation, and it's someone who feels like they're losing control that causes them to escalate to that level.
In both killings, there were indications the women were trying to get away from their abuser.
Once a survivor starts to pull away and starts to sort of reach out for help, that power and control is always trying to bring back in. And so that's what makes the time after separation a lot more deadly than actually staying in the relationship.
So what can be done to save lives? Shelley Egger, policy director at the Austin-Travis County Family Violence Task Force, says part of the answer is changing how police respond to domestic disturbances that sometimes precede a killing.
There is a test called the lethality assessment, and it's 11 questions that was designed by researchers to identify those factors that put someone at the highest risk of lethal violence. That's a lot different than showing up at a scene to say, is there a crime or not?
And Eggers says more needs to be done legally to get guns out of abusers' hands.
Although we have a law in place that prohibits people from possessing firearms or ammunition if they have a protective order against them or a conviction for domestic violence, Texas does not enforce that law.
And if you're in an abusive situation, she says there are ways to get out safely.
Before a survivor separates from their abuser, we do a lot of in-depth safety planning to talk about where they're going to go, how they're going to do it, when they're going to do it, and run through all of those possible scenarios so that we can do it in the safest way possible. But there is help.